Dan untuk memberikan gambaran pesawat yang terhempas di Kazakstan ini, bersama kami secara langsung di talian sekarang dari Kazakstan ialah Bilqis Bahari, Wartawan Penerbangan Kazakhstan. Bilqis, thanks so much for speaking with us.
You're welcome.
Right, so, what's the latest? What do we know so far?
Okay, what happened today was that there was a plane crash involving one of the airlines in Kazakhstan, Bek Air, earlier today around 7:22 a.m. So the flight crashed a few minutes after takeoff from Almaty International Airport. It was on its way to the capital, Nur Sultan. Investigations are being carried out right now, but according to my aviation contact here, they suspect that it's either the weather or pilot error. And the authorities have released names of those perished, but as of now, no Malaysians are identified to be on board the aircraft.
Right. Reports say that some reports say it was a failed takeoff. Some reports say it was a takeoff and the plane was in mid-air for just a while before it crashed into a concrete plane and hit a two-story building. So from your reporting on the ground there, what can you see at the airport?
So the weather in Almaty now, it's 0 degrees and it's a bit foggy. So at the scene there were fire trucks, and thankfully there's no fire. People are being rescued by the firemen, ambulance everywhere. A lot of victims are crying. Even people who are not at the scene feel sad. So it's a really sad tragedy because most of these passengers, I think, plan to come over to Nur Sultan for the New Year holiday.
Do we know whether it was a failed takeoff or whether the plane did manage to take off and remain in the air for a short while before it came down again?
As of right now, it's still being investigated. So there's no concrete reason being released yet. But what we know right now is that the plane crashed right after takeoff.
And what we do know also, Bilqis, is that it is an old Soviet-era plane which production has been discontinued. Do you see any connection between it being an old plane to this tragedy? And is it normal for old planes to be used daily in Kazakhstan still?
Okay, so Bek Air mostly operates older Fokker planes, which are aged about over 22 to 25 years old. But I'm not sure if this exact aircraft is an old plane or a new one, because the authorities have yet to release the investigation report. But it's common that most Central Asian countries operate second-hand airplanes. But as for Kazakhstan, the country has purchased new airplanes, particularly Airbus. So it is currently in the process to renew their fleet for all airlines here.
You've been based in Kazakhstan for I think a few years now, Bilqis, but you are a Malaysian and you are familiar with doing aviation reporting in Malaysia. Is this plane still used in Malaysian skies?
So far, I don't think that the three biggest airlines in Malaysia, which is Malaysia Airlines, Air Asia Group and Malindo, are operating any of the Dutch-made Fokker 100 aircraft.
Alright, thank you so much Bilqis Bahari, Wartawan Penerbangan Kazakhstan, dan kami akan terus bersama dengan Bilqis dari semasa ke semasa untuk mendapatkan perkembangan lanjut berkenaan dengan nahas penerbangan di Almaty, Kazakhstan.